Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yeah. You have just stepped into the world of chaos, where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. 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 Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online. Buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding. Today, we have a very, very special guest. This basketball head is one of the most legendary voices in New York City. We talking about for street ball, high school ball, and even pro-am. But what makes him different from most? He's one of only two guys that I know that actually sits down while they're announcing the game. No knock to everybody else, but he kind of created his own niche, and with his unique, distinct voice, he have captured New York City basketball like no other.
The stars former NBA, Stephon Marbury in the building. Kevin Willpower Williams is in the building. Chanel Scott's in the building. Basketball Heads, my man Pooh's in the building. We got it going on right here. It's a good look for Harlem Smart Ball Classic.
Today our guest is my brother, Big Brawley. Give it up, man.
Hey, what's up, Pooh, man? Come on.
How you doing, man?
Excellent, and we do work together too, so I'm always enjoying my time that I spend with you, and we just do, work in the basketball community, man.
Listen, I just want to say this, man. Our time that we spent out in Texas was a fabulous time. I want to give a big salute to my guy Dave Britton for bringing us both out.
Jamal Brown Invitational, all New Yorkers right here. Poole, Basketball Heads of New York City, the voice of New York, and Dave Britton from Texas, New York, Harlem first. Get that down.
And to give Texas that New York feel, which we did. So, man, we had some great conversations, and then you did my
New York Battle for New York Supremacy.
All-Star game, man. Like,
that
come
was
on,
great,
man. Like,
that was some great
You had me
talent out
choked
there.
up, man, because, this is something that we started from the bottom.
Right.
And you came there and you brought so much life to that game.
It's major. It's going to be major because the coaching that you had a lot of established veteran coaching guys that's been in coaching from like Krabby, Rashawn Young, Tiny Morton, legendary coaches. You had legendary coaches coaching it was upon its inception. So it can get nothing but better moving forward. So
that's right. Yeah. We had Coach Brown from Albany. And then we had my guy Jake Edwards from Canarsie, man, who kind of filled up.
And Wayne Turner, assistant coach. I know him from Lutford's Park. So I mean, you had some great guys that have great knowledge of the game out there at your event, which was spectacular. It was fabulous.
Well, listen, today is about you, my brother, and I want to jump right into this, right? Who introduced you to the game?
Well, what happened is I lived on 108th Street. I lived 108th Street between Central Park and Manhattan Avenue. A couple of guys on my block played for Brandeis Braves back in the day. His name is Rodrigo Blake. Rodrigo Blake played at Brandeis and he eventually played at Hunter College. And what happened, he had a younger brother named Al. So I used to watch them coming home with their warm-ups on when I was young, and I got interested in wanting to be a basketball player. And what he used to do when I got older, he had the key to Hunter College gym, so he used to play me one-on-one full court. That's how I started to get really good. He would take me when he would just go to work out. And that's when I started to like enjoy and when I was young, you had Jerry West, Clyde. I'm giving my age away, but I had Sports Illustrated, and you could get to Sports Illustrated and had pictures of Walt Frazier and Jerry West on there. So that's what made me interested in basketball.
Man, you turned this thing into like something special, man. Like, you know, over the years, throughout all the connections that you made throughout New York City, and all right. So you got introduced to the game by playing one-on-one fulls, right?
With my next door neighbor that played ball, and he was really into basketball, and that's what made me start to enjoy it and want to play more. And that's how I started playing as a player, because I started actually playing. I got good later. I didn't start getting really good till around 11th grade, 10th grade. I didn't play like these young guys play now, like as really young. I wasn't really that good in elementary school. I got good as I went through like junior high school, going into high school. I started getting good.
Look, they always say not how you start, it's how you finish,
Yeah.
right? I know a lot of young guys who are elementary phenoms and junior high school phenoms, and they kind of hit a ceiling.
Right.
It's those guys who keep going and keep getting better that kind of elevates their game to different stages, right?
Right. So and then from that point, that's when I started. They had neighborhood basketball leagues and teams in my community, but I started seeing guys wearing Riverside Church jackets, but they wouldn't let us know where they was going to the tryout. So it was like that. So I said, I want one of them jackets. So I eventually went out to Riverside. I tried out for the Gauchos one time. I got picked, but then when I was supposed to get called back to go, I didn't get cut, but they never called me back. I don't know if they lost my number, but then the next year I tried out for Riverside. I played for Central Baptist Church. That was a good basketball organization in the 80s at the time, in the late 70s going into the 80s. But then I started playing ball with like Gary Springer, Steve Burt, rest in peace, Bill Sadler, Mike Moses, playing against Richie Adams, Julius Pettigrew, and Charlie Rockwell Caldwell. A lot of people don't know about guys that was extremely good from the east side. Charlie Rockwell Caldwell. This guy was slim. He reminded me of a Reggie Miller type of a guy. He was slim, spindly, 6'7", could shoot a jump shot. But guys were good back then when I was coming up. So Johnny Pruitt, Ed Watts, Alex Hooper, like one of the leading scorers from Winston-Salem. Like I played with a lot of guys that are extremely good.
You named a lot of guys, right? I want to know, like, how good was Ed Watts? That's my guy, right? Salute to my guy, Ed Watson. Yo, I appreciate you, brother. Always support, man. I heard he has some hops, man.
Well, Ed had, it's ironic that he was an extremely explosive, high-jumping athlete, but then he broke his leg. After he broke his leg, he was still jumping high as well. He's still jumping high as well. Because that's when he was playing with me at Riverside, but he stopped trying to really play and do other things with basketball on a level like he was going to really go somewhere and play ball. I think he went to a college still anyway. But at the time when we played at Riverside, when I was in like 12th grade, he was jumping extremely high after the injury. To this day, he's my friend. When my son does his basketball clinic, he helps us out when my son is doing his basketball clinic in the summer. And Ed's a great guy, great athlete, great teammate. He's like a brother for life, actually, and a great athlete throughout the years that I played ball with him.
Yeah, Ed, man, I can't say anything bad about that brother, man.
Right.
And what he's doing now with Coach Couch, you know, bringing Coach Couch around the city, letting them see all the different basketball from around the city. And those of you who don't know who Coach Couch is one of the most legendary coaches in New York City. He has trained some of the most effective and prominent professional basketball players in the NBA. Some been Hall of Famers, right? So, and definitely New York City legends.
Mark Jackson, Walter Berry. He actually coached my son. My son went to Ball State University and plays for the Harlem Globetrotters right now, 15 years with the Harlem Globetrotters. So he mentored a lot of known and unknown athletes. So what I like about Mr. Couch, not only that he coached the good guys that everyone knew of. And he does women's basketball too. He's he's an avid supporter of women's basketball as well. But he would train and develop him and his son, because they got Jim Couch National Training Showcase at Mott Haven High School. I participate with him in that. I announce that showcase for him every October. But Mr. Couch is extremely instrumental, one of the godfathers of basketball out of New York.
Definitely one of the godfathers, man. Let's talk about this, man. You mentioned your son, right? Who's done some tremendous things. Now, what did you do to make sure that his basketball time while he was playing turned out a little bit different than when you was playing?
Because what ended up happening at the time I was playing basketball, it wasn't as monetized as it is now with NIL. And it wasn't even, my son ended up getting a class action suit for them using his image and likeness in EA Sports college basketball.
Wow.
This is before the NIL stuff came out.
Wow.
They had to send him a certain amount of money with that Ed O'Bannon case.
Yeah,
He was part of
yeah.
that Ed O'Bannon case. Ed O'Bannon got a lot of money. My son got a decent amount of money in compensation for them using his image and likeness in that game. And what it was with me, I ended up working for ITT. I never went to college. I was good. I played ball, but I got a good job working computers, and I just went with that. Like, I was about 19 years old going on 20. I went with that. I didn't go to college. I could have went, but I was working with computers, and I was making so much money working in the computer industry. So around in 1980, if you're making $25,000, I checked on Google, $25,000 in 1980 is equivalent to $83,000 now.
Big bank.
Yeah, it was, that's why I never ended up finishing playing basketball. The money was good, and I had a career. I ended up, from that point, working for the sheriff's department later on, after about 8 or 9 years into that. And that's when I started doing stuff at Nike Pro City and stuff like that. But with my son, he ended up graduating from Division I college, went to junior college, made the dean's list at Western Texas College. You know Rasheem Jenkins,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Rasheem Jenkins went to school. You know Derek Williams out in Queens? Derek Williams went to SMU.
Yes.
They went to, Derek Williams went to prep school with my son at
Gotcha.
Genesis One College in Mississippi. That school doesn't exist anymore. But it was two nice gentlemen that took my son down there, and he ended up doing well down there and went to Western Texas, made the dean's list, made who's who among students in America Junior College. And from that point, went to Ball State because he shot 43.8% in JUCO. That's how he got picked up by Ball State. And he went 2 years and got his degree in mass communications. And then from there, James Ryan from Primetime,
Yep.
he was affiliated with the Harlem Globetrotters, got him a tryout. And then my son was getting trained by Jerry Powell under the behest of James Ryan.
Salute
So
to
Jerry Powell was
salute
one
to
of
Jerry
the
Powell.
great trainers
Yep.
in New York City area that a lot of people that know basketball know of Jerry Powell. So he did a lot for my son as well. James Ryan, Jerry Powell, training, Mr. Couch, and then he ended up graduating. So he went another level past me. And that was what my goal was, if he's going to get in the game of basketball, to at least go a little bit further than I did.
Now you got your son settled, right?
Yeah, he got it.
And now you trying to figure out how you get back into the game, right? How did you get back into the game by doing what you're doing now?
Well, ironically, when my son went to college, I was already working with Ray Diaz, because I started out with Kiss Card basketball. Woo. See, I started out with Sleeping Power, Al Eford Jr., Doogie, Dennis Britton from the East Side, from St. Edwards, from Santos. Santos had him, but they all was Trevor Green. There was a lot of good guys that was playing. Michael Herrick, I called him Malibu Mike. There was a lot of guys playing basketball at Kiss FM when it was good. We would travel all over the tri-state area playing basketball games against Jocko to raise funds for people in there and for their community centers and things of that nature. And what it was that I was already involved in basketball before my son even was doing stuff, because I got him involved with Riverside Church, with Bingo and Durham Player and Kenny P. Coach Kenny P. and them was coaching him.
Yeah.
So then he ended up playing in IS8. with Nick Carter, Malcolm Grant, Rob Thomas, Terrell Biggs. You see, he was playing on teams with that much talent on the team at the time. So he was already playing since he was very young. So even before he ended up getting on the Globetrotters, he was playing with the church. But I was doing Kids Car basketball. Then Ray Diaz asked me to come into the neighborhood. And then I started announcing stuff in near Douglas Projects, the Ray Diaz tournament. And from that point, Ray Diaz got hired by Nike to do Nike Pro City.
Got you.
And then that's how I ended up getting over at Nike Pro City with Ray, because they had him in charge running it, and I was with him for about 20 years there. So that's how all of that stuff happened. But in between that time, I worked with Huncho. Get well soon, Huncho. Huncho's doing stuff. He's healing up from what he's dealing with. And I did Kingdom with AG Voice of Harlem for like a few years as well for Huncho. You know, so I had already been involved with it earlier than when my son got grown and got successful and ended up going to college. It was since when he was young, I was announcing basketball games because he would be with me. You know Sharice George?
Yeah, yeah.
Sharice George, Derek Kipp is her father. He was playing on the Kiss cards in Brawley, and Sharice would be little on the bus when we would go on long trips. He would bring her. And that's the bounty hunter, by the way, one of the baddest female street ballers that ever came out of New York. Sharice Gorgeous George, big shouts to her. And want to shout her out because her and Brawley grew up together when we was doing Kids Car basketball. So been around like from since then.
So when you started, were you on the floor like the Gumbies and Albie Cash and those guys?
No, that came after, because King Tower was in the beginning. It was Sleeping Power, Ronnie Green, and Gumby. And then they was doing play-by-play. Gumby was doing play-by-play, and Ronnie Green was doing color commentary.
Yes, yes.
But they were sitting down at the scores table. That's how I saw it being done initially.
Got you.
From because he received the award out at Rucker Park.
Yes. So we'll be having him here soon. Salute to Gumby, the legend.
The one of the originators.
Yes.
At all of this. He birthed all of us. Because when I started announcing, I asked him to give me his blessing. I asked him to give me his blessing. I said, I admire what you did when I played ball. Is it all right? Can I announce basketball games? He said, yeah, you can. Just be the very best and be dedicated to the things that you're doing as far as announcing. So he was an inspiration to me. Gumby's mad chill. He didn't get all of his just desserts, but he's like the father of all of us in this announcing stuff. Because after that, you had the entertainers basketball,
ABC,
and with the entertainers basketball, it became Tango Cash announcing on the court. So that's original in itself as well. It came out of like dealing with all of those hip hop teams. Mm-hmm. So all of those hip hop teams had teams in EBC. So even when you dealt with Rucker with Bob McCullough, they didn't have the guy on the court announcing. But like I said, it became like entertainment at that point. That's why that became a thing, like guys being on the court. So I always honor the guys that use that style, because that's what it became. It morphed into that. It morphed into being entertained like that. So, you know, that's how that became the thing on the court.
I thought, me being naive to this whole thing, that it was a Harlem thing, right? So I just interviewed Ingram Slim Montgomery, who came out of Brevard and also played at Oral Roberts University. Right. One of the greatest players to come out of Brooklyn. And he told me back in the 70s, Brevard had someone at their table announcing the games as well. Right. So I was oblivious to this whole announcement thing for street ball, and I just thought it was a Harlem thing because I never saw it done in Brooklyn. Because when I played in Brooklyn during the 80s, there was nobody on the court announcing the games. Right. But when I went up to Harlem, that was the thing. Right. So I was just totally oblivious to that until I found that out just this past Sunday for the first time. Right. So this has been a whole cultural New York City thing that they kind of added that extra flair with the announcer. You're right. You know,
the announcer on the court, because even
in Brooklyn, where I heard about it was at the table,
right,
similar to what
but
you do.
even when it was like Bob McCullough, each one teach one, they had a guy announcing.
Got you.
So even before then, there was people announcing, but now with branding and with the visibility, with with media and social media, it's more attention paid to everything that's involved. All of the nuances of the game get more exposed and get more credibility and get more exposure because of the media. Everybody can do media now, and it helped us. This is helping me because people don't know who I am and the amount of time I've put into basketball. So, like I said, basketball heads, like what you've done, I've seen you grown as a producer of content about interviewing people, exposing people to the game of basketball, and letting it be authentic coming from us, as opposed to us as people. And like I always tell people, usually culture theft happens when people see what we're doing and then take it to another level without us taking what we originated to another level. And so I'm glad you got like people that engineering. We got people that who are us engineering, not just being. Most of the time, you're either an athlete or an entertainer.
Right.
So anytime the behind the scenes folks, we need more people behind the camera. We need more people that we care about and we're comfortable about. It makes me interview more comfortably, that I see my people in these positions of technology and high technology and helping us out to deliver the content. So
I think, man, from the whole perspective of New York City, I think we have to do a lot more coming together and kind of bridging that gap because, you know, like you said, someone always told our stories, right? I used to teach history, so I know about history being told by someone else. And then from another perspective, when I used to do research on certain players, they used to hit me in my DM, yo, Pooh, that's wrong, man. That didn't happen. I had this many points. Nah. I never said that quote, right? Because that always came from somebody else. And I said, it's good for you to come on the show so we can hear it from your mouth.
Right.
You can tell your own story.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
We could be the authors of our own life.
Exactly.
Right?
I just think that the way the golden age of street ball was like when we were announcing when Tango and Cash, Booby Smooth, Hannibal, EJ the Mayor, and then you know you have Joe Pope, you got people like that, you got Hoops in the Sun, G Stacks and Bobby C.
Yeah.
You see, so they had G Stacks, Bobby C doing that.
Mike Larry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The voice of NYC.
Right.
That does Queen of Harlem.
Right. Harlem Rel, but they came after us.
Yeah. But I just want to show them love because
Rel is my Rel is my guy.
Yes.
Rel is my guy, and then had Taz out at Kingdom as well. This guy named Taz, the brother that played ball for Kansas State's father.
Yes.
Marquise Noel.
Yes.
His dad was an announcer, a good announcer out in Kingdom. I mean, really good out there. He was really good out there, and that's where Rel was out there after us there. But I'm glad that he went with Michelle Smalls, and she allowed him to grow.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to be able to be somewhere where you can grow, and it's like your tournament. So Queen of Harlem is actually his tournament. So when people say, you want to do out there? I said, no, because Rel deserved that opportunity. It was
that space.
Well, it was not really what it was until it grew into what it is. And when he was there during the growth of it, he deserves to be there to continue to become a better announcer. See, this is what happens with us. People always want us only when it's something spectacular.
Tell it, Brawley.
As opposed to allowing a guy to come up in the game, he always respected me. Rel did. So I always respect Rel as him growing in the industry and becoming successful. And that tournament, I like to go out there to watch when they play basketball out there because of him, the environment that they created. So extremely great basketball environment. So
she does an incredible job, man.
She
does an incredible job, and she's taking it to new heights because, look, name me a tournament out there that's across the country that guys are getting paid $150,000, $250,000 to win a basketball tournament.
Right.
That's not happening.
The money.
I think it's $100,000.
Well, it keeps going up. It keeps going up. The fee of it keeps. It started at like around 50,000. I know, but then I hear it keeps going up. But I mean, I met her and she was very, very warm, very, very personable.
Definitely a friend of the show.
She's very nice. Very nice, and I applaud what she's doing as a woman in this game.
That's right.
And as a human being, as a person in this game, doing good things. So I respect Queen of Harlem Tournament, Michelle Smalls. Big shouts to her.
What was that first game that you called? What was that like? And what was your nerves going into it? The very first game you called?
Well, it was actually with Kiss Cards. And you know, from that point on, everything from Kiss Card basketball to Ray Diaz tournament, because Rich Parker, Gary Saunders, a lot of people played in Ray Diaz tournament. Predator when them was still playing.
Okay, but I know what you're saying. But I want to get to the first game that you called for Kiss Cards. What was it like for Big Brawley? Because I know Big Brawley now.
Right. It was exciting. It was exciting. I think I would do more humorous things on an entertainment level back when I started. Sometimes always looking for the joke, but then I pulled back from that. I only let funny happen when funny's happening.
Ooh, say that again, brother.
When funny's happening, that's when I'm letting funny happen.
Cause you're not tap dancing out there, right?
And then if the game is just crickets, then I have to get into some stuff to see if the crowd is gonna feel a little humor. But just for us to always, we don't want to buck dance through the whole game.
Nah.
So we want to show people that we're astute basketball people and we're describing the game. And I think that's what the game is coming to now. Guys are learning how to describe what's happening on the court, and they're getting more depth at it. Everybody's getting better at it, because like now it's like rap. If you're going to be a rapper now, you can't act like you're a new rapper, because there's nothing new about rap. You have to be already so gifted about what you're saying if you're rapping or doing anything musically now, because most music has already been, explored already, whether it's house music, rap, reggaeton.
They're about to do they got drill rap right now. Can you believe that?
Right.
They got drill rap right now. The
Right.
young kids are getting into the house. No, it's not drill rap, drill house.
Right.
Like they combine the house music with the drill rap.
Really? Because
Yes.
it's really art. What we have to do with our youth that are involved in things that people might say that is not really good for things in general, we have to direct them and learn them how to use that gift. You know what I'm trying to say? If they're in basketball, you don't have to be the basketball player. You can be the guy that's the scorekeeper. You can be the guy or the lady that's like filming. You can be the gentleman that's behind this camera that's doing what they're doing and be excited, the same level of excitement. They always want us to only entertain and be athletic. Anytime we're doing that, we're moving in other people's space. If you ever notice an athlete, ethnic athlete, no one paying no attention to him. Now it's money attached to him.
Right.
I'm an expert. Everybody else, the other people that fill that void is never us. So they don't like you know why they don't like clutch sports? We filled that void. That void normally was somebody else that don't look like us. Now that we got money, and then sometimes you can get exploited by your own people as well, but it's good to see all of us working hard to be better at what we're doing, like yourself, like me, and for us to grow the game of basketball.
Man, when we talk about growing the game of basketball, I think New York City has come a long way to where we were to where we're at right now, and all of the exciting things that's happening in the city with all the tournaments throughout all the boroughs. Right. What can you say was one of your most exciting games that you called and that you kind of witnessed that a lot of people may have forgotten about or probably don't even know about?
When Kevin Durant came to Nike Pro City. So went earlier in that week, he was at Rucker and he scored a lot of points there. And then later on, he came to Nike Pro City, played against my man. He played, his father was a coach, John Lucas III.
Yes.
John Lucas III scored 60 in the game. Kevin Durant scored 40. But Kevin Durant ended it with a shot at the end. Andre Barrett, he was playing with Andre and all that. Andre 3000, because that's what I named when what happened. Me and B-Boy London at Nike Pro City, we was the first person. There was this guy named Nate Brown, Naughty by Nature. That was his name.
Got you.
But when he scored hip hop, when we would play the record, when he scored hip hop parade, we was known for that. So when Andre Barrett would score, I'd say that's Andre 3000. And then he played that Outkast record, Talladega 3000, every time he scored. We was known for playing records. And there was this other guy named Hard Knock Life. I called him Hard Knock Life, so when he scored, we play It's a Hard Knock Life. So we was doing that. That was
right.
B-Boy London was like a real originator with playing music to certain guys' name. There was this other guy, I forgot his name, but we called him Slow Motion. We said he do everything in slow motion. We go, slow motion for me, so do it slow motion for me. That was the record we played every time he scored.
Gotcha.
And even when he hit a 3-point play, he would walk to the foul line slow. I said he do everything in slow motion. So we had fun with it, giving guys names. And some of the great players like Nike won. One of the best teams at Pro City was Nike won with Chutney Gray, Tyrone Grant, Junie Sanders, the great Junie Sanders.
Man.
DP, Darren Phillip, Primal Fear.
Yeah.
I mean, they had great players. Mook Thomas. You know Mook Thomas, little short Mook Thomas.
Yes.
I mean, all of them. I called him the road runner back in the day because he was so fast.
Me.
I was doing that on Mook. I did that on Mook. He's the original road runner. Anybody now, since his years past, if they got that speed, I might still say it. But he's the original road runner, Mook Thomas. Big shouts to Mook Thomas.
Man, you have called so many legendary games, and that Kevin Durant game, that was during a lockout, right? That way they just went around
all
the
over,
whole
right,
city and country, because during a lockout, and we're gonna give California some love, the Drew League.
Right.
The Drew League was about to close.
Right.
It was on its way out of business, but that lockout came, and those NBA players flooded into that gym and rebirthed the whole Drew
Now,
League.
let me break you something down about this.
Okay.
Anytime we have something, I call it human resources. So who are the best basketball players on earth? Us.
Right.
The human resources that created Baker League in Philadelphia.
That's right.
That created Rucker. That created Drew League. That created all those leagues in the Chi. Guess what the league did? They did Vegas. So they took the players that would play in those leagues, all of them in Vegas. So
Because it wasn't in Vegas before.
But then they would be in Orlando and little Ricky spots.
Right.
Well, let me tell you what they did. They didn't really want their players playing in these leagues. So what they did, we're gonna create like some kind of like great adventure type of environment with the summer league where guys just pull up to Vegas to hang out. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to you watching Earl Monroe at the Baker League, you watching Dr. J at Rucker, you watching people that's from like Chicago, like Isaiah and Thomas and them. They used to be playing in tournaments when they came home. You see what I'm saying? So we got to get back to some of that too. That those tournaments with money is doing that now.
Yeah, there was a conspiracy theory that the blackout game between Jay-Z and Fat Joe, someone pulled the plug on the lights and made the whole East Coast, turned the whole East Coast black.
Right.
Turned off all the electricity because they didn't want that game to happen. Because you had Shaquille O'Neal, Allen Iverson, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Yao Ming, Crawford.
Really?
So many. They had about 10 NBA All-Stars was about to play in that game. And if that would have happened, that would have been the greatest summer league basketball game ever. And I think that would have created a kind of hysteria and brought more NBA players out into the streets to play basketball out in the Rucker and different places around the country.
Well, that's why a lot of guys that were pros ended up playing in Pro City because it was indoors off of the concrete.
Yeah.
So that's how we ended up getting a lot of players. Certain guys that would not play on the concrete at the time would come to Pro City to play basketball. That's how, as far as how my notoriety was different, because most of the guys that was good at announcing was announcing street basketball, the street tournaments, And it was at the golden age when it was, I'm fortunate to have got some kind of reputation doing Pro City because it was indoors, because everything was like kind of measured by if you was announcing in the street. But that's when Huncho asked me to come to Kingdom, and that's when you had a total package, jazz, total pack. It was those guys from the street that was good. O.B. Toppin, Obadiah, he was playing. O.B.'s father and them was playing in King Towers when I was announcing. They was calling him Dread back in the day, O.B. Toppin. Calling him Dread. But I'm saying Gabby Irvin and them, but Gabby Irvin had played ball in Pro City as well. And even like A. Butter and all of them. And Future played on the championship team with Mark Jackson and Walter Berry was playing for Mr. Couch when they took it all, But really, once I started announcing in Kingdom, I saw all of the great street ball type of guys that was playing still at the time, balling out in Kingdom at the time. That was great talent guys that didn't really play ball in like pro-am, but they played ball like that, because that Dykeman was getting big at the time too. So Kenny Stevens runs a great tournament up there.
Yes, look to Kenny Stevens. Does a great job.
My son played ball for Kenny, so Kenny has done a lot for our family. So Kenny, a big shout out to Dykeman basketball, Kenny Stevens as well. And I attribute a lot of my success to a lot of people supporting my son and myself as I was going and as I was announcing. I was announcing basketball all at the same time he was becoming successful.
Man, what are some of like your rituals? Like, what are some of the things you do beforehand?
Like if it's a big game, if it's a game I have to do normally, I try to it's a thing that I don't really like to speak to nobody. I don't really like to talk to anybody before I have to announce a basketball game. So my mind can be clear and the creativity can express itself. So I don't take a phone call sometimes. If it's phone ringing, I don't like to talk to nobody before the event because I'm saving that space for the event. I don't want to the phone ringing, I'm getting ready to go to the game. Yo, hey, dog. I don't want to talk to nobody. That's interrupting the creative process. So I like to just have a clear mind, respecting the athletes, respecting the teams. Once I get to know everybody, once I do another game, the whole flow of it's more fluid. Like when I was doing your tournament, when I first met the young men, I had to announce the game to get to know the names and the players and what they do. And then after I do another game and I already know them, you can just be fluid with it all, and it just comes through fluid, and it's like a symmetry to it. So that's how I am. I'm just quiet because I try to save my voice. Ray Diaz taught me that one time. Before a game one time, I was at Pro City, and I was trying to kind of hype the situation up before the situation happened. He ran over to the scores table. He said, listen, let them want to hear your voice. Don't be speaking to the point that they heard your voice. Let them only hear your voice when the game is happening. So then when you stop talking, they miss your voice. Instead of trying to brand yourself at all times, always branding. I have to go, well, listen, I'm going to give that to God. Like if I'm going to be received by the public for being good at something, I don't need to keep on going, performative.
Right.
Not substantive.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And I like some people can do it. Some people can do that and they can make their way through and be successful and be known. But I said for me, I didn't want to be known just being performative. Because I want people to see different aspects of us as people within our ethnicity, that we don't always have to be performative to make a statement. We can make a statement so what I do, part of my presentation was being well dressed, well spoken. So those were part of my presentations as far as not only speaking well, but being well dressed. So that's something for younger guys to see. So then when I see a younger guy say, Mister, I like your outfit, That's part of the basketball. I've helped a young person see, well, you don't have to only dress this way. You don't only have to act this way. You can do different things and still be cool. Because that's like the whole thing with peer pressure's hard. So if I can impact upon a younger guy, how to dress well, how to speak well, how to be mannerful, how to respect his elders. So when we do these basketball games, mind you, old people come to the games and kids are at the game. We can't just be hyping everything up. Now somebody act out at the joint, and people with their walkers, kids are there, people losing their kids or misplacing their kids because everybody had to scramble. We have to create safe spaces for the things we like to do. Like, for instance, I'm going to just cut to something else. They had something in front of Melba's, the block party.
Yes.
Saturday. It was all of us. And guess what? It was all right. Because we created that safe space. Younger people were seeing how the older people carry themselves. So then we have to share with young adults. We don't have to always criticize them and say they're doing something wrong. Show them this is how I behave in these situations. Hopefully you see how I am without making them follow us. But they would say, yo, I like OG. I like how brother carries himself. I like how he dressed. I want to be like him or her. Because we got good women role models as well. So, I mean, that's what I like about basketball. We have a way of being able to show the game, have people come out, because your event was fabulous. Like at Stevenson High School, the supremacy, battle for New York supremacy was great. You brought people to the arena. The teams were good. The talent was there. It was a safe space for us to come to watch basketball.
I appreciate that, man. And you always dress to the nines, man. Where did the style from the hats come from? Because man,
I think
you put on.
I think Stephen A. Smith, my father, is like the receding hairline type of situation. So I think he's my dad. I don't know. It's that, yeah. I just wear it. Makes me look better without. I look good without the head, without the, but I don't like the hairline kept going back.
Brawley gonna always keep it real. You always gonna keep it real.
Yeah. It's not back bad, but nobody need to know. I look good with the hat on. So yeah, that's what it is.
Oh man, but look, you wear it well, brother, and you always sharp every time I see you, man. So this is, oh man, you got me crying.
Yeah.
All right, so Harlem, born and bred.
Sydenham Hospital. I don't know if you remember Perks.
Yes.
Perks.
Let's go there back in the
Well,
days.
the nursing home next to Perks was a hospital called Sydenham Hospital. Guess who was born in Sydenham Hospital?
Who's that?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Wow.
So I can tell people I was born in the same hospital as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Even though I lived in the Bronx, because even when Fred Bronx said, this is my Bronx brother, I wanted to tell Fred I was born in Harlem. We didn't move out of Harlem. My mother and them lived on 117th and Park Avenue, and then they lived on 119th and 5th Avenue, and then we moved to 108th Street. I wanted to tell Fred, I didn't move out of Harlem until 1980. So then I moved to the Bronx, and I was in the Bronx until like 1986, and then my son's mother, his father was a politician, and we brought a house out there. And I stayed there till about 1991, but she was watching too much Oprah, and then when what happened, that was when Oprah was like,
Right.
And you gotta, we just went that way, but it was good. I still was able to see my son, and through all that was when my son was playing ball. And it was a good time. It was a good time. So from that point, I moved back to the same block I moved to when I moved from Harlem. I moved back in the same building. I live there to this day now. And that's what's going on. I'm in the Bronx now, near Yankee Stadium area. Is building back up. And I always tell people, if you're from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, and all of these things, let's claim the neighborhood for other people moving and say it's a better neighborhood now that they're there. No, the neighborhood was better when you were there. You
That's right.
endured all the stuff. So you know why we're not supposed to leave these communities that we are in now? Because when it was all jacked up, we were dealing with it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
man.
you have to let the folks know that when they come to your community, they're new. Like I tell people when they go out, I live in Harlem. I said it's Harlem. It's pronounced L-U-M, not L-E-M.
No, people actually call Harlem Earlem.
It's spelled Harlem. Harlem. How I live in Harlem. No, you just got here. I can tell by how you pronounce in Harlem. It's Harlem.
Right.
It's
right.
Harlem. I live
That's
in
right.
Harlem.
That's right. That's right.
You know, like you remember, like Fred Williamson, hell up in Harlem.
That's right. That's
So
right.
stuff like that it's different things, and I tell people too. People trying to erase our contributions to society.
Yes.
So I mean, from a systemic point of view, our contributions to basketball shouldn't be overlooked. Our contributions to enduring, living in communities that were not really as good as they could have been shouldn't be overlooked. We took those experiences and made ourselves better people. I took like in basketball and seeing basketball and watching basketball, being taken to basketball games when I was young, as a thing that helped me become a good person. I worked for the sheriff's department for 33 years. July 17th. Tomorrow make 2 years I've been retired, so I can just dedicate my time to just basketball. My son has like a thing called Champ together, and we have our own limited liability like corporation. We do basketball clinics. We did one last year in Mullally Park next to Yankee Stadium. I mentor young adults, men and women, young women, teach them how to no teenage pregnancy. Make sure you get a degree, then have a child. Don't have a child and say, I'm going back to school, because sometimes it's harder. You know, teaching women to make sure you meet a young man that's going somewhere in life. So it's mentoring that goes along because I do scaling games, women, Mercedes Dukes,
That's right.
Big shouts to Mercedes Dukes, big shouts to scaling basketball, Rudy King, Dwayne Mitchell, and big shouts to Bingo. He's the athletic director. He got me doing all of the games up there in the wintertime. So I mentor kids about going to school and staying in school, not messing your eligibility up, making the most of your opportunity when you have college eligibility. And I do that in the wintertime because I have all the time in the world now since I'm retired. So
What can we say about Bingo, man? A guy who came from street ball and then got himself into the high school ranks, and now he's the athletic director at Scaling High School.
Well, at the time when Nike was going to Quad 54, you ever heard of Quad 54
Yes.
out in France?
Yes.
Bingo was bringing those teams out there sometimes. When we did Nike Tournament of Champions, I did Nike World Basketball Festival at Rucker Park when they put the wood floor out there.
Yep.
I did that. I did Nike Tournament of Champions, and when Nike run teams like West 4th Street, Pro City, it was Hoops in the Sun at the time. It was a lot of Watson. Then they all played in a tournament to see who was the Tournament of Champions. I announced in those games. So, I mean, Bingo is a street ball coaching legend
Yes. Yes.
for Nike.
Yep.
And then from that point, when Bingo All-Stars, when that kind of subsided, he got into doing certain things with Scanlon and became athletic director over there. And that's when I've seen him, because Dwayne Mitchell first got me over to Scanlon with Mercedes Dukes. They asked me that was before when Bingo got over there. But for me to announce all the time on a regular basis, that was Bingo's doing. He got me established to do that. So I want to thank everybody at Scanlon, Monsignor Scanlon High School. They got great kids over there, great young scholar athletes over there. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to announce y'all's basketball game. So
I heard there was a rumor. I don't know if you told me or somebody else told me that you called the game at the Garden.
no. You know what? I've never did any. No, actually, I be at Barclays Center every year.
Yes.
So my Donald Osborne is Coach Ozzie from New Jersey. He actually went
Yes,
to Fairleigh
that
Dickinson.
That was it. And you also do the New York City Hall of Fame as well.
Yeah, well, I actually hosted it last year, not
Yes.
this year. I don't know if they did it again, but when they restarted it, they wasn't going to start it with no big master ceremony. So they asked me, did I want the assignment? I took the assignment.
Brawley, you big, bro. That's why you named Big Brawley, bro.
Yeah.
Let's not downplay yourself.
All right,
man.
well, I'm just saying.
They got you for a reason.
Yeah, true. I got to do it. It was at Barclays Center.
Yes,
and,
I was
and
there,
Ronnie
yeah.
Nunn, a few people got inducted in there that I was able to announce on as inductees. I was fortunate to have that opportunity, and I appreciated it. So, but every year, Coach Ozzie would take his team. They let him play a game at the Barclays Center with his team, and then they invite the team later on to watch the Nets game. So that's how I would be on Barclays Center Court announcing the game at Barclays Center. Every year he would have a team in there and they would play against somebody there. He had some kind of hookup to where they would let his team play there, and I would be announcing the game in the Barclays Center. So I've done work like that in there, and real grateful for it. Real cool experience.
Well, me and you being two of the elder statesmen on the media side, still doing our thing with a lot of flavor. What keeps you going, brother? What keeps you going at a high level?
What it is that I ask myself, do I still enjoy what I'm doing? Do I still enjoy like announcing basketball games? And the answer to that question was yeah. You know, and it gave me something else to do since I knew I was going to be retiring. Like, what was I going to do with my time? So I said, the best way to still do mentoring, the best way to still do certain things and be around people and be active is, instead of being retired and not knowing what I was going to do, was to continue to just announce basketball games. So I enjoy it still. It's challenging still. You get to meet new players. I like to deal with the younger guys too, because once you deal with the younger guys, when they start playing, when they get grown in the tournaments for the unlimited, you already know them because you already done did their games. You know, you already, Malik Booth, you know Malik Booth?
Yeah, smart guy.
Booth, I call him Think Like a Man too. I was calling him like Kevin Hart. So I was calling him Think Like a Man too. That's what I call him when he was playing. But I announced his basketball games when he was in Nike Swoosh. I was announcing his games since he was a kid.
Wow.
So what I'm saying is, when they keep getting grown, from Nike Swoosh to Pro City, I had announced Malik Booth's basketball games.
Wow.
You know, and that's what I still enjoy about being an announcer after all of these years. So.
And what does the future look like for Big Brawley and what's your endeavors? I know I saw you do a couple of ads. You did a couple of commercials.
We did something. My son had a project with Converse. They let us give them some content, so we gave some content to Converse, and they said they liked the content. We don't know if they're going to make it more of a national project as far as showing that commercial we made for Converse. And
local hoops. You did some local hoops.
I did local hoops. I'm getting ready to get interviewed by Smooth Ski on the 29th.
Nice,
on the 29th, he's going to interview me, and I'm excited about basketball. I'm excited where, like, you young journalists are in the game, and how y'all are delivering the content to folks. I'm just happy about where we are with this, because now everything's exposed and monetized. We need to just get what we're going to get out of it now that it's where it is now. It's
right.
Exposed, but we need to place ourselves in positions so whatever exposure we're supposed to get, we're going to get that exposure.
If you could do one thing over throughout your whole career,
Right.
if you could change anything about the time when you started to now, what would it be?
I probably ended up going to college, but I didn't go. I had a great job. I think that's the only thing I would have done differently. But I mean, I had a good job, and it led me to buy a home at 25 years old. I was able to buy a house at 25 years old. But other than that, I think I would have went to school. I would have been more national as opposed to more locally known. I would have been more nationally known. I noticed with my son, he went to Ball State University. He's got more national friends. He knows local folks, but he's more national.
Right.
And then when he went to the Globetrotters, he became internationally known. Because they did a program with the Globetrotters where the girl said she's from Australia, and my son, her favorite athlete in Australia.
Right.
That's deep. She said, Cheese is my favorite athlete. He had a conversation with me and gave me his headband and wristband. But I'm locally well known. And I'm sometimes, like I said, sometimes the Most High, the universe, places you in a position they want you to be to do the work that needs to be done, so then everything gets elevated. Because as long as we're doing the things that we're doing and everything is coming up and being elevated, and there's a space for everybody in the game, like the new guys that's coming up that announce, I'll come out just to watch them announce. But then when I'm doing a game, like I've been small ball, I'm in Harlem coming up in August. people come out to check me out. You know what I'm trying to say? Duke Tango, AG, those are good friends of mine. They come out to the games that I'm doing all the time. So they come out just to watch sometimes, just to watch me work. When they doing something, I come out to watch them work. So, I mean, it's really, I'm thankful for everything that came my way. I'm thankful for where I am in life with myself and how I experienced all of these basketball memories and moments, and looking forward to many more of them. So,
no doubt, man. No doubt. All right. Now we're going to have some fun, right? And we're going to do top 5, right?
Go ahead.
But the sponsor for top 5 is the new AI camera, Xbox Go. Make sure y'all get Xbox Go, because this is a camera that can follow all the action while you're on the court, while you're on a soccer field, while you're playing tennis, wherever you at. This camera will follow it. It doesn't need anyone to hold it. That's how great this camera is. So it's a new camera, some new technology. We have partnered up, so check out the commercial. Xbox Go, the only way to go when you're taping sporting events. All right. Now it's time to get into our top 5. Top 5. Now, I don't want to get you in any trouble, Brawley.
No,
right?
you're not.
All right. So I want to ask you to name your top 5 street ball announcers.
I would say Booby Smooth the Politician,
Booby Smooth,
Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash, that's 3.
Let me see who else.
You got 2 more, brother.
I would say you got Joe Pope in there.
Joe Pope. 1 more. Who's number 1?
And let me see. Number 1. I'm not going to say myself. I'm trying to see one more person. It's slipping my mind right now.
New York City is the hardest part of the show right here.
Like I said, Tango and Cash, Booby Smooth.
Yeah.
I would think the number 1 person would be Booby Smooth, Tango and Cash. You got Joe Pope, and then I would say
you got 1 more, brother. Come on.
I would say G Saxon.
Well, no. You can't bring nobody off the bench. It's only 5, brother. It's only 5.
Let me see.
1 more.
I say Hannibal.
Hannibal. Okay. All right. So look, y'all. I'm telling y'all. I gotta put them under pressure.
Oh, they put me under a lot of pressure.
That's right.
There.
This is the hardest part of the show. You gotta pick 5. You can't bring nobody off the bench.
Okay.
Top 5 guys you announced that played ball.
Kevin Durant. Junie Sanders. Kevin Durant, Junie Sanders. Let me see. Kevin Durant, Junie Sanders. It's getting hard. Walter Berry.
Walter Berry, that's 3.
Ryan Williams.
That's 4.
And let me see. So 1 more person. That's a hard one. Let me see. 1 more person. I'm trying to think. Let me see. This is getting hard, man.
I know. It is the hardest part of the show. Everybody been telling me this since I started the show 5 years ago.
Woo! Let me see, man. Damn.
You got 1 more player.
Junie Sanders. Oh man. Somebody from Nike, no, from Gold's Gym. I'm trying to see from over on that side. Gold's Gym. They had players. Gold's Gym. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Somebody on their team is like a great athlete.
We need the Jeopardy. We need the Jeopardy music going on right now.
Gold's Gym. I'm trying to think of this player on Gold's Gym. Speedy Williams.
Speedy Williams.
Yeah,
Speedy
I knew.
Williams,
I'm thinking of a guard. I was trying to think of a guard. That's what was giving me hard. Speedy's my guy. Speedy was good back in the day. I could have said franchise, right? John Strickland now.
Rest in peace, John Strickland.
Yeah. I got
No
an
doubt.
honorable mention, Strick. Left hand, right hand, left hand.
And because my guy passed away, it's my guy. I'll let him.
Give me that honorable
I'll
mention,
I'll let
Strick.
you
Left
live. I'll
hand,
let you
right
live.
hand. Let Strick was the guy, my guy.
All right. Top 5 basketball tournaments in New York City, from your perspective.
Dykeman, King Dome, Nike Pro City, us.
Yep. 2 more.
Gersh Park,
Yep, for sure.
and I'll say Hoops in the Sun because Joe and Randy Cruz, my guys.
Salute to the Cruz brothers.
I gotta shout y'all out. We started together. They was at Pro City with me, so I like Hoops in the Sun. I got to get back up there, but those are my 5.
I gotta just get up there. You
And
what
West
I'm saying?
Point, damn you.
Listen.
Kenny Graham. You know you gotta always mention. You
No,
gotta.
I've been on the rest. I need to get up to Hoops in the Sun. I will be doing that this summer. I say that every year, but I
When you
gotta
go that
to
way,
the
call
Cruz
me,
brothers.
pick me up so I can run up there with you because
Facts.
I haven't been up there in a minute. And we grew up in the basketball business together. Rest in peace, their father, Joe Cruz Sr.
Yes.
I worked with him.
I was there when he ran it.
Well, he worked at Nike Pro City with Ray.
Yes.
So he came from us.
Yes.
He came from where we were. So I knew his sons before they even had the Hoops in the Sun. So I knew them before they even did Hoops in the Sun.
Got you.
So we supported it all the time. But since I don't have no weight, I don't drive, so I can't get up that way like I would like. My friend used to drive me, but he's not able to do it anymore. So I can't get up there like I would like. But I like their tournament because you go on the beach right after, and it's all kind of woo. It's a whole lot of stuff going on after the game up there.
No doubt.
That you can go. They have salsa, like outdoor deep. So a lot of people don't know that it's an experience going up there. Because after you finish watching the game, they got food, and then they got like live DJing, and they got people dancing, and it's women wearing bikinis dancing, and I like going up there for the after. You know what I'm saying? So it's decent up there.
Well, listen, man. I'm glad we was able to kick it, man. I told you I was gonna do you right.
Yeah.
Sit down and
We had the Zoom, and the Zoom kept cutting off and all that. The enemy was trying to infiltrate, but
He was saying that the whole show. He was saying that the whole show.
their arms too short to box with God.
That's
so
a
you
fact.
know you're blessed. God's gonna keep on blessing you in an unbeknownst way. God's blessing me in an unbeknownst way. Everybody affiliated with your organization is gonna be blessed in an unbeknownst way. We don't care enough about each other and just want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody that's doing something. I want to see them become proficient in what we're doing so we can gain the notoriety. So everything got to come our way. The pendulum have to swing our way. It's always like the pendulum is swinging away from us. But we have all of this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding about the stuff that we do. We need all of this stuff we know about basketball, all of this information, all of this experience. We need to have it to where when people want something to happen, they call you, they call me, and that's how it really should happen and how it should be. That's how I look at it.
Well, I couldn't think of a greater way to end the show, man. For those you don't know, we are at the Aloft Hotel right here in Harlem, right? Frederick Douglass Boulevard, between 123rd and 124th. Come here and do some business, man. Stay at night, stay a weekend. Invite your folks, but come down, have a drink at the bar, play some pool, and enjoy the scenery. Well, you've been watching Basketball Heads Live. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, with my brother, Big Brawley.
It was my pleasure being here with you, my brother. God bless.
No doubt.
Keep doing the great things that you do, and we all gonna keep supporting it.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man.
We are the official home for New York City basketball. Peace.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yeah. You have just stepped into the world of